Alright everyone, I thought it might be a good time to update. I'm here at Miyako-jima Airport and I just got through security right over there. About to board my plane to Tokyo Haneda Airport. It's like 7:50 p.m. now. And oh yeah, I wanted to tell you guys about the security here. Like, they're so lenient and laid back. I love it. Coming here from my flight from Tokyo, or not Tokyo, from Osaka, the same thing happened. Like, they get my water bottle, and normally you can't bring bottled water or any liquids for that matter on the plane, but here they just ask you to open it and they'll smell whatever it was. On the way coming here, I didn't know what he was saying. He was kind of like pointing to the water bottle, so I was like, yeah, mizu, water, and I took a sip of it and he's like, okay, daijoubu. But here they did the same thing and I realized they wanted to smell it this time, so I let them, and it was pretty full. Like, I filled it up all the way to the brim of the water bottle because I wanted to have a nice supply of water to travel with, and they opened the thing up and spilled a little bit on my bag, like just a few drops, and they were just like so apologetic about it. And then they brought the water bottle ever so gently and delicately to their nose, and they're just kind of like and they took a whiff and realized it was water and capped it back up, and they got a little paper towel and they were dabbing off my backpack where they spilt on it very gently. It was pretty comforting to watch. And I'm bringing back a ton of benimo, purple sweet potatoes, which I'm not supposed to be doing. They're in my checked baggage though, so and they got through just fine. So I pretty much just got to get back to America with those. I'm hoping they don't have like a dog sniffing at check-in, but yeah. My last night here was amazing. I spent it with Jim, Natsuki, and Giles at a new beach that we had never been to. It was like back deep within this golf resort, but there was a small break in some kind of like wooded area off the side of this road that we walked through this path to get to, and we stayed there from probably, I don't know, 6:45 till like 9, maybe like 5 to 9, I don't know. Kind of lost track of time that night, but it was beautiful. We just watched the sunset on the beach, and everything worked out perfectly. It was supposed to like storm all weekend. We got great weather the past couple of days. I didn't have to work today either, so it's just been really nice. And yeah, it was sad to leave those three, and Kuki-san as well. Probably the hardest people that I've had to leave thus far on the trip. There's some great people, so if you're watching this, what's up? But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to America. Looking forward to going to Tokyo. This trip's not quite over yet. I'll be there in a couple hours. This is a short flight. And then, yeah, I arrive in Haneda at like 10 p.m. and I'll be there in Tokyo the next day until 6 p.m. So, like, I don't know, almost a day. And oh yeah, from Haneda I've got to go to Narita to take my international flight back to Chicago, and in between there I'm gonna stop in Shinjuku. Natsuki and Kuki-san helped me find this great matcha place where you could practice the art of tea ceremony or buy matcha utensils, so I'm gonna do that. Little change of plans. I'm not gonna go to Tsukiji Fish Market anymore. But yeah, I'm just still thinking about all the great times in Miyako, especially last night because it was such just a moving experience being with those three on the beach. Yeah, yesterday during that time I was thinking a lot about like these vlogs and taking pictures and stuff, and how I find myself trying to capture these moments that are constantly fleeting away, escaping our grasp, and we're trying to hang on to them, and I'm trying to hang on to them. I don't know why I'm saying we, but I don't know. I think it's great, like, but at the same time, I don't know if it is so great, because it might not allow me to live quite so much in the present moment, because I'm thinking about the future and worrying about capturing that moment on film or taking a picture of it or whatever. But whatever, I'm still taking videos. So yeah, I just wanted to update you with that, and this is what I'm bringing back. I got some aloe. I got some benimo to eat too. This is cooked though, so technically I guess you can bring this stuff with you on flights, but they're worried about pests and stuff, so they ask that you cook it or sterilize it in some way. So I cooked these. I plan on just eating that tomorrow, so hopefully I don't have to spend much more money in Tokyo. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I felt a little bad too, because my host asked me to write in this guest book, which all of the people do. Hang on a second, I want to make sure my flight's not boarding. I think it's about to, but yeah, I wrote in his guest book, and I was as honest with him as possible, and I told him, like, or I basically wrote that, you know, I didn't really feel like he was my host. I felt like Giles and Kuki-san were my hosts. I don't know if I've talked too much about this in other videos, because I haven't been vlogging so much that I haven't been, or because I haven't been able to upload videos, but he just wasn't around, you know. I'd be with him at work, he'd make us lunch, and then we'd go back to our guest house for the rest of the day. I was barely with him, and he didn't do a whole lot for us. He gave us a very small allowance for groceries. I've had to spend a lot while I'm here. It added a pretty significant amount of expenses to my trip, because the money he's provided us to buy groceries with is just not sufficient. I'm not satisfied with the meals. Sometimes I'd be left hungry, so I need to buy like some extra fruit, which is nice because I get to taste some of the native tropical fruits from the island. But yeah, I wrote him a pretty long message and letter so that he could learn. I felt like it was my duty to do that, so that he could treat my fellow woofers better in the future. And when he came to pick me up to bring me to the airport, he gave me like some raw sugar that he'd grown on his farm, and it was just really sad. And I was like, I felt bad about writing him that letter, but I think I wrote it in a really good way. I told him that I was very grateful for everything, and I wouldn't trade that experience for anything in the world. And I hope that he wasn't offended by what I had written, but that he would take it and learn from it, and use the experiences that we had to grow from. So I see people are lining up now to board my plane back to Tokyo, so I'm going to say goodbye. Things just keep getting better on this trip. I still can't get over what just happened. Good people in this world still. Definitely good people here. But I just left the domestic terminal at Haneda, and I was just trying to figure out like what I'm gonna do with the train tomorrow morning, and if I could buy a ticket now. I was trying to do that, and then I couldn't, because you can't purchase a ticket using your card there. You have to use cash. So I went over to the only ATMs that I could find in that terminal. Excuse me. And the minimum, I was trying to access my bank account, and the minimum amount you could take out was $100, 10,000 yen. And I didn't want to do that because I'd probably end up losing a good amount of money when I got back home, and you know, converted the money back into dollars, the exchange rate, and you know, foreign exchange fees and all that stuff. So I'm sitting there and I was just like, alright, well, there's got to be more ATMs not too far away. And right as I was thinking that, hopefully you can hear me over this speaker, but yeah, right as I was thinking that, I see a fellow Westerner walking past behind me. So I turn around, I'm like, hey, excuse me, do you know where I could find any other ATMs? This one here, you can only withdraw a minimum of $100 out of it. And he was like, well, is that so? How much do you need? And I was like, well, I don't want to take your money, but I need 500 yen. That's what they told me a ticket was. And so he pulls out his wallet, and as I'm like describing to him what's happening and kind of like gesturing, he just like puts 1,000 yen in my hand, or 2,000 yen. He gave me $20, and yeah, that was amazing. I'm still in awe of his generosity and kindness. The guy's name was Rob. If you happen to watch this or know of a British pilot named Rob who maybe frequents the Tokyo Haneda area, tell him I say thank you, and you're going to be repaid one day, Rob. That was awesome of you. Thank you.